Have you ever noticed how some older adults seem to carry a sense of calm that younger people spend years trying to find? It's not luck, and it's not something they were born with. It's something they've built, quietly and deliberately, over decades of living. While the world rushes around them, these seniors have discovered something profound. True peace doesn't come from controlling everything around you. It comes from mastering what's within you. In this video, we're going to explore 5 practices that deeply peaceful seniors use to navigate life with grace, even when things get difficult. These aren't quick fixes or trendy mindfulness hacks. They're time-tested approaches rooted in real experience, the kind that only comes from weathering life's storms and learning what truly matters. You might recognize some of these practices in yourself already, or you might discover something new that speaks to where you are right now. Either way, by the end of this video, you'll understand why inner peace isn't about having a perfect life. It's about how you choose to meet the life you have. And that choice is available to you right now, no matter your age or circumstances. Let's begin. Practice 1. They let go of what they cannot control. One of the most remarkable qualities of peaceful seniors is their ability to release what they cannot change. After decades of trying to manage every detail, fix every problem, and worry about every outcome, they've learned something liberating. Most of life is beyond our control, and accepting that truth doesn't make you weak, it makes you free. This doesn't mean they're passive or indifferent. They still care deeply about their families, their communities, and the world around them. But they've learned to distinguish between what they can influence and what they must release. When a grown child makes a decision they wouldn't have made, they offer their wisdom if asked, then step back. When the weather ruins their plans, they adapt without complaint. When health challenges arise, they focus on what they can do, not what they've lost. Consider Margaret, age 85. After her husband passed, she spent months trying to keep everything in their home exactly as it had been. She exhausted herself maintaining a large garden, managing repairs, and preserving routines that no longer fit her life. Then one day, a friend asked her a simple question. What are you actually choosing here, and what are you just holding on to? That question changed everything. Margaret sold the house, moved into a smaller apartment, and discovered that letting go didn't mean losing her memories. It meant making room for a different kind of peace. This practice requires courage. We've been taught that giving up control means failure, but peaceful seniors know better. They understand that trying to control everything leaves you exhausted and anxious. Accepting what is allows you to direct your energy toward what truly matters: your response, your attitude, and your presence in each moment. When you stop fighting reality, something shifts. The tension in your shoulders eases, your mind quiets. You find yourself present in conversations instead of worrying about what comes next. And you realize that peace was never about making everything perfect. It was about accepting life as it unfolds and finding your center within it. Practice 2. They choose forgiveness over resentment. Peaceful seniors carry less emotional weight than most people, and there's a reason for that. They've learned to forgive. Not because the people who hurt them deserved it, and not because what happened didn't matter. They forgive because holding on to anger and resentment is like drinking poison and expecting someone else to suffer. After years of carrying grudges, they've discovered that forgiveness isn't a gift you give to others, it's a gift you give yourself. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or excusing harmful behavior. It doesn't require reconciliation or even contact with the person who hurt you. What it means is releasing the grip that past hurt has on your present peace. It means choosing to stop replaying old wounds and deciding that your emotional freedom matters more than being right. Think about Raymond, age 79. For over 20 years, he didn't speak to his brother after a bitter family dispute over their parents' estate. The anger consumed him. He'd bring it up at holidays, lose sleep over it, and felt his chest tighten every time someone mentioned his brother's name. Then one day, his doctor told him his blood pressure was dangerously high, and stress was making it worse. That's when Raymond realized his brother had moved on years ago. The only person still suffering was him. Raymond didn't call his brother or try to mend the relationship. Instead, he sat down and wrote a letter he never sent. In it, he acknowledged his pain, released his anger, and chose to let it go. Within weeks, he noticed the difference. His sleep improved, his mood lightened, he stopped feeling that familiar surge of bitterness. And while the relationship with his brother never resumed, Raymond got something more valuable: his peace back. This practice isn't easy. Some wounds run deep, and forgiveness is a process, not a one-time decision. But peaceful seniors know that the alternative, carrying decades of hurt, slowly erodes your joy, your health, and your ability to be present with the people who matter now. They've learned that freedom comes not from the apology you never received, but from the release you give yourself.
Practice 3. They stay connected to what gives them meaning. As people age, it's easy to feel like your best years are behind you, like your purpose has faded along with your career or physical abilities. But peaceful seniors reject that narrative entirely. They've discovered that meaning doesn't come from what you used to do. It comes from what you choose to engage with now. And no matter how old you are, there's always something that can give your days purpose and your heart a reason to keep showing up. For some, it's staying connected to family, being the steady presence their children and grandchildren can count on. For others, it's volunteering, gardening, creating art, mentoring younger people, or simply being a kind neighbor. The specific activity matters less than the intention behind it. They've found something that makes them feel like they're still contributing, still needed, still part of the flow of life. Take Evelyn, age 88. After she could no longer drive or move around easily, she felt her world shrinking. She worried she'd become a burden, someone with nothing left to offer. Then her daughter brought over a basket of yarn and asked if she'd teach her how to crochet, a skill Evelyn had nearly forgotten she had. What started as one afternoon lesson turned into a weekly tradition. Soon, Evelyn was making blankets for the local hospital's newborn unit. She couldn't leave her house much, but every stitch she made felt like purpose. Every blanket that went to a new family reminded her that she still mattered. Peaceful seniors don't wait for meaning to find them. They seek it out. They ask themselves, what do I still care about? What can I still give? What brings me joy? And then they pursue it, even in small ways, because they understand that a meaningful life isn't measured by productivity or achievement. It's measured by presence, by connection, and by the quiet knowledge that you're still here for a reason. This practice keeps them grounded. It gives structure to their days and warmth to their hearts. And it reminds them, and everyone around them, that age doesn't diminish your value. Your presence, your wisdom, and your care still matter, perhaps now more than ever. Practice 4. They practice gratitude as a daily discipline. If you spend time with truly peaceful seniors, you'll notice something striking. They don't take things for granted. They express gratitude not just for the big moments, but for the ordinary ones. A warm cup of tea, a phone call from a friend, the feeling of sunlight on their face. This isn't because their lives are perfect. It's because they've trained themselves to notice what's still good, even when things are hard. Gratitude for them isn't just a feeling. It's a practice, a daily discipline. Some keep journals where they write down 3 things they're thankful for each night. Others say a quiet prayer or take a moment each morning to reflect. The method doesn't matter. What matters is the intention, to shift their focus from what's missing to what's present, from what's been lost to what remains. Consider Thomas, age 81, who lost his wife of 57 years. The grief was overwhelming. For months, he struggled to find any reason to feel grateful. But a counselor encouraged him to start small, just one thing each day. At first, it felt impossible. Then he wrote, I'm grateful I can still remember her laugh. The next day, I'm grateful for the neighbor who checked on me. Slowly, the practice didn't erase his pain, but it gave him something to hold on to. It reminded him that even in loss, there were still threads of light. Gratitude doesn't deny hardship. Peaceful seniors aren't pretending everything is fine, but they've learned that where you place your attention shapes your experience of life. If you focus only on decline, loss, and limitation, that's all you'll see. But if you deliberately look for what's still beautiful, still kind, still worth appreciating, you'll find it. And that shift changes everything. This practice also deepens relationships. When you regularly express thanks to the people around you, when you tell your daughter you're grateful she calls, or you thank your caregiver for their patience, it strengthens bonds. People feel seen, and in return, they're more likely to show up for you with love and care. Gratitude isn't about being polite or positive. It's about staying anchored to what's real and good, even when the world feels heavy. And that anchor is what keeps peaceful seniors steady no matter what storms they face.
Practice 5. They accept that life is finite, and that makes it precious. Perhaps the most profound practice of peaceful seniors is their ability to face mortality without fear. They don't pretend death isn't coming. They don't avoid thinking about it. Instead, they've made peace with the fact that life is temporary. And that acceptance doesn't make them morbid or sad. It makes them present. It makes them grateful. It makes every moment feel more precious because they know there are only so many left. This awareness changes how they spend their time. They stop wasting energy on trivial conflicts. They forgive faster. They say, "I love you" more often. They take the trip they've been postponing. They call the old friend they've been meaning to reconnect with. Because they know that one day they won't get another chance, and they'd rather live with intention now than regret later. Take the example of Anna, age 76, who was diagnosed with a serious illness. Instead of falling into despair, she made a list, not of big bucket list adventures, but of small, meaningful moments she wanted to experience. Watching her grandson's baseball game, planting tulip bulbs she might not see bloom, having one more holiday meal with her sisters. She didn't know how much time she had, but she was determined to fill it with what mattered most. And in doing so, she found a depth of peace many people never experience, because she stopped living as if she had forever. This practice doesn't mean seniors are resigned or pessimistic. It means they're realistic. They've lived long enough to watch friends pass, to attend funerals, to see how quickly things can change. And instead of letting that knowledge paralyze them, they let it guide them. They ask themselves, if my time is limited, how do I want to spend it? Who do I want to be? What do I want to leave behind? And in answering those questions honestly, they live with a clarity most people never find. They stop sweating the small stuff. They let go of petty grievances. They focus on love, connection, and presence. Because they know that when their time comes, no one will remember how clean their house was or how much money they had. People will remember how they made others feel. And peaceful seniors want that legacy to be one of kindness, grace, and love. Final thoughts. Inner peace isn't something that just happens. It's something you build, choice by choice, day by day, over the course of a lifetime. The seniors who carry it didn't stumble into it. They cultivated it through practice, through letting go, through forgiveness, through gratitude, and through facing life's deepest truths with courage. You don't have to wait until you're older to start. These practices are available to you right now, no matter where you are in life. And the sooner you begin, the more peace you'll carry with you through whatever comes next. So take a moment to reflect. Which of these practices speaks to you most? Is there one you'd like to start today? Remember, it's not about perfection. It's about intention. It's about choosing again and again to meet life with grace instead of resistance, with gratitude instead of complaint, with presence instead of worry.
Thank you for watching. If this video resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe. And leave a comment below. Tell us which practice you'll be focusing on and how you plan to bring more peace into your life. Your thoughts inspire us and help this community grow. Until next time, remember, peace isn't found in perfect circumstances. It's found in how you choose to meet the life you have. And that choice is always, always yours.